Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how to make slow cooker chili. And this is comfort food at its finest. It has tender, fall apart beef and beans cooked in a rich tomato sauce and an easy homemade chili seasoning. And pair it with your favorite toppings, you have yourself the coziest meal. So chili is one of my favorite things to make, and I'm so excited to share with you guys this version that uses chuck roast. And honestly, after you're done with the prep work, it's smooth sailing from there. Okay, so here I have 3 pounds of chuck roast. You want to go from anywhere between 2 to 3 pounds. And if you want, you can trim the fat. Sometimes I'll trim the big pieces of fat, but if you want to leave it in, be my guest. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut it into 1-inch chunks. And I just really love cooking chili because not only does my family love it, it's a great dish to serve at a gathering because I just leave it in a slow cooker and I keep it on warm, and I have all the toppings on the side, and you just make like a chili bar. So everybody just kind of serves themselves. And plus, summer is about to end, so it is that time where you just want to get cozy and eat a bowl of chili. And I pretty much always use chuck roast when it comes to like braising the beef. You can buy the stew meat, but I don't know, from my experience, I like getting a big chuck roast and just cutting it up myself. I find the meat to be a lot better that way. And my dad's the same way. He does not buy pre-cut like stew meat. He taught me just to buy chuck roast, and the meat is just better that way. So that's pretty much what I work with. My dad is a really good cook. He used to cook in the Navy when he was younger, so I do follow a lot of his advice when it comes to cooking. And I feel like I lucked out with this roast. There's not too much fat on here. I hate when you go to the store and you see a big piece of meat and then you take it out of the package and underneath is just like a big chunk of fat, and you get less meat, obviously. Okay, so I'm done cubing up our meat. Let me go ahead and wash my hands, and I'm gonna season it with some salt and pepper. Okay, so you're just gonna wanna season it on both sides with some salt and pepper. Then after we're done seasoning it, we're gonna go ahead and sear it in a pan over the stove to get that flavor in, and then we're gonna throw everything in a slow cooker, set it and forget it. And that's why I love this recipe. I was just telling my friend that she can make this before she goes to work. So when she comes home from work, you have a delicious meal waiting for you. All right, so now that this is all nice and seasoned, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the rest of ingredients. Okay, so for our chili, we are also going to be needing a diced onion. I have some canned kidney beans here. When it comes to chili, I always use red kidney beans, and that's because of the color, but you can also use pinto or black beans or whatever you prefer. You can go anywhere between 2 to 3 cans. I just add an extra can. I like to add 3 cans because my son just loves beans. And then I'm also going to add a can of crushed tomatoes, and I mixed in 1 cup of water in it. And then I have some chili paste. And then for the seasonings, all it is some chili powder, some cumin, and some garlic. And I'm pretty much at the end of my seasonings here. I did buy replacements just in case I ran out. But anyways, the seasonings combined with the tomato sauce, it's just gonna be so rich and delicious. Okay, we are ready to get cooking. Let's head over to the stove. All right, so I've got some oil in a pan, heated over medium-high heat, and I'm going to sear the beef. Because I am using a cast iron skillet, it's able to retain the heat. Normally, if I use another pan, I know if you overcrowd the pan, it'll start boiling, but cast iron pans are great for searing. All right, so I was able to fit it in here. Okay, so normally, if you're not using a cast iron, I would say to do this in 2 batches to get a nice brown sear. So I'm gonna let this sear for about 2 minutes. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and flip these guys over. See this like nice brown sear right here? That's what you guys want. All right, so I'm gonna let this continue to cook for about 2 more minutes. All right, so it's been 2 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and remove and set these guys aside. All right, I'm just gonna add a tad more oil along with the diced onions. And then over medium heat, I'm going to saute it for about 3 minutes. And I'm going to use my spatula and get those brown bits lifted off the bottom of the pan. And that's going to give us flavor. Our onions are looking nice and softened. The hard part is now over, and it's time to transfer everything to the slow cooker. All right, so to our slow cooker here, we are going to add in the beef along with all the pan juices. Then I'm going to add in the sauteed onions. We're not even there yet, and it's already smelling so good. And for the simple chili seasoning, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Actually, I'm wrong. 2 tablespoons of chili powder, pretty much all of it. There goes 2. And then we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of cumin. That's about 1.5. And then I forgot to mention earlier, I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of oregano. And these are all seasonings that you probably already have sitting in your pantry. Last but not least, 1 tablespoon of garlic. All right. And then I'm going to add the crushed tomatoes along with 1 cup of water, some tomato paste. We have a 1/4 cup of tomato paste. This is gonna give it a rich flavor and also thicken up our chili. And also, I'm going to add in the kidney beans. And make sure to give it a generous seasoning of some salt. You want this to taste nice and delicious, and salt just brings out all those flavors. And make sure to watch until the end to see how I like to serve this chili and what my favorite toppings are. And you want to make sure to give everything a good mix. And I have my slow cooker setting over high. So I'm going to cook this until the meat is just falling apart. So this will take maybe about 6-7 hours. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, you guys, it has been cooking for about 7 hours, and let's go ahead and check it out. Ooh. And check how nice, rich, and delicious this is. And I did add a tad bit of water just because it was getting a little too thick for me. But yes, if it gets a little too thick, just add a little bit of hot water. And look, I want to show you guys, like, it's already just falling apart. The meat is just that tender. I'm going to push up against here and look, totally falling apart. All right, you guys, we have waited too long, and it is time to serve this up. And I'm gonna show you guys my favorite toppings. I'm gonna go ahead and serve myself a good, healthy portion. All right, so first off, well, I like to keep this in a slow cooker and put it on keep warm so that when you go ahead and put your toppings, the cheese just gets nice and melted. So I shredded up some sharp cheddar cheese. This is my son's like must, like he has to have cheddar cheese with his chili. And then a little dollop of some sour cream. Sour cream is just really delicious with chili. And then for some freshness, I like some cilantro, chopped cilantro, but if you don't like chopped cilantro, you can use green onions. And then for a little crunch, I love these chips, the blue corn tortilla chips. You could use whatever tortilla chips you like. You could even use like Fritos, corn chips, whatever you guys like. And then just gonna crunch a little bit on top here. And then you could also, what I like to do is just use the chips as like spoons and just like scoop it up and eat your chili. Okay, I gotta show you guys a close-up. And there you have it. Comfort food at its finest. A delicious bowl of gourmet chili. All right, you guys, it is the moment of truth. It is time for the taste test, and we have to see if this is worth the wait. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dig in. I'm gonna try to get a bite of each and every topping here. There we go. Okay. Cheers, you guys. Definitely worth the wait. The beef is just so tender, and the beans are creamy, and that homemade chili seasoning, it's so delicious and flavorful. With the tomato sauce, it's nice and thick, and then the toppings just brings it over the top. Make this chili for your family. I promise they're gonna love it. Thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. That will definitely help me out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.